Hi everybody, we wanted to come on camera and introduce you officially to our brand new baby daughter who is currently sleeping.
Finally sleeping.
She sleeps a lot throughout the day. This is Kyla Jane. Hi everybody. So sleepy right now. So she's our newest addition to the family, and we wanted to share like a little bit about our journey, how she came to be, how we did during labor and delivery, and yeah, so we're gonna tell you the story right now.
We're gonna show you guys some cutaways of the actual event. So we were vlogging some of it. Her dad videoed some of it, but he held the camera this way on his phone. So you might see some of those black stripes, so bear with us.
It's not professional footage, it's all like iPhone footage, but
yeah.
we were really trying to be in the moment and really enjoy the experience and be present with her. So for us, it wasn't about getting the best camera footage ever, it was more like about being present. But that being said, we still did get some, and we want to share it with you now. By the way, she is 8 days old right now, so that's why she's just like so sleepy. So anyway, let's start at the beginning of the story. Labor was very long for me. It lasted in total about 60 hours. So it all started with a Friday night pizza night.
Domino's.
Yeah. We're at home watching a movie, eating pizza, and I like was putting a little sriracha on it because I was close to my due date. I was 3 days before my due date, and I kind of wanted to get things going, right? So I put a little sriracha on my pizza, and then after I ate it, I started feeling contractions like right away, and I was like, oh my god, this spicy food thing works. But the contractions were there. They were definitely real. They just weren't that intense. So we tried to go to bed that night, but I kept getting up and down, and we had a pretty sleepless night that night. The contractions continued all the way through the next day. You can see this clip here of when Brad's asking me about whether he can go to the gym or not.
All right, Boo, so when was your first contraction?
Well, I've had a few throughout the last month maybe, but last night they started at 10, approximately 10, 11 was the first one.
So that was the first consistently...
Yeah, of the pattern.
Okay, what day was that? That was on
That
July
was the 22nd.
All right, so we're the next day.
Oh, they continued all night.
So it's consistently now. So
Yeah.
we're thinking this baby's coming out in T-minus 48 hours.
Hopefully. We hope.
You ready, Mama?
Yes. I'm ready. I feel that she's ready, but these kind of things you just can't predict. You just never know.
And we have to put this on the record that you see I'm wearing my gym clothes right now. I'm nervous to go to the gym, but she's forcing me out the door to go to the gym. So I want to put it on record.
Because he won't stop bugging me.
I'm just asking her, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Which is great, but I am okay, and these things take a lot of time.
Yes.
I'm not gonna explode. She's not gonna just fall out, so he can go get a workout done. It doesn't take all day.
So I'm trusting. It takes me with just 17 minutes to get to the gym. My workouts take 45 minutes. I'll be back.
Within
So an hour and 15 to an hour and
yeah.
30, depending on how busy it is.
Yes.
So we have it on record.
75 minutes.
I am forced out the door by her
It's my choice.
to go train.
Yes.
So don't call me a bad dad for going to train and leave your pregnant wife at home. She's forcing me. I don't want to. She's forcing me.
Yes. Coach Jess says never skip leg day, even on your daughter's birth.
So Brad goes to the gym, no problem. I'm just continuing to contract.
Although I kept my phone very close the entire time, just in case.
He was so worried
And
that
one
he
of
was
my-
going to miss it.
And one of my buddies at the gym actually asked me during that time, he said, is your wife, does she have her baby yet? I said, no, any minute now. He said, well, he was actually training with his wife in the gym when her water broke. They were doing lunges and her water broke. So
Yeah, I stopped going to the gym about a month ago just to avoid that scenario. But my water ended up not breaking until it had to be manually broken. But anyway, back to this situation that was happening that Saturday. He was at the gym. I took the dog out for a long walk. We went for a really slow walk at the beach, and I kept stopping and having contractions, just kind of bending over, breathing through it, a lot of breathing.
So it's the next day. I got to the gym. I got home, nothing happened. Although I got a severe case of DOMS right now. Babe, you would not understand how sore I am right now. This is like painful that you would never, ever feel.
So are you glad I made you go, or now you're like mad at me?
I'm mad at you.
That's my fault that you have DOMs.
Why
and
did
you're
you-
suffering worse than
I'm suffering and you're just sitting there like, oh, I'm just a unicorn.
Oh yeah, just having these really easy contractions.
No, honestly, this is like 24 hours after the last clip you just saw. And we didn't sleep very well last night because Jess was having contractions all night long. So
Every 8 minutes.
how long?
8 to 12 minutes.
You're like 36 hours in now, right?
Yes.
Like, so this is considered labor, right?
Yes. It's early labor though. It's not like the intense kind of labor. That's
So,
coming, but I don't know how long this is gonna last. This is ridiculous.
yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna be more than a day.
So we have to wait, I think, for contractions to be about 5 minutes apart. And then we go to the hospital, but until then we wait at home. We don't want to be at the hospital for any longer than we need to be.
I called them at 4 a.m. and I was like, should I come in? Because contractions were really strong and 8 minutes apart. And they said you have to wait until they're 5 minutes apart. I was like,
Although
Great,
I do
waiting.
kind of feel like I do need to go to the hospital to get my legs worked out though.
Jesus.
I need them rubbed out or something, but this is painful.
Oh God, just take an ibuprofen.
And then there's Brew just crushing life.
Oh, well, poor guy didn't really sleep.
Oh, he actually didn't sleep very well either.
Yeah. Oh, baby's kicking over here.
They continue. My parents come over on Sunday.
So my parents came over, hi parents, and we're out for a walk with Brad too and Bruno. Still feeling pretty good. Still contracting, but they are irregular kind of. They're like between 8 and 20 minutes, which is a bummer. So we just keep waiting and I just keep timing them. In the meantime, staying active, getting some exercise. I actually feel like they're less painful when I'm active and moving around, so that's good.
Both my mom and my dad came in town, and so we're spending the day together Sunday, and then we started doing things to like induce the labor faster because I was like, sheesh, it's been like 2 days, and it just, I started timing the contractions, but they were too far apart to really be serious.
Like that. That's hard work, girl. Now let's do step up again. So, but this
Me
time
and Coach
do
B,
alternating,
making sure the form's on point.
Huh?
I said me and Coach B are making sure the form's on point.
That's right, Coach B.
Coach B, tell us what to do next.
I'm going to be sore. I'm going to have DOMs.
And then you're going to experience that it's so much worse than pregnancy.
Right? DOMs.
Yeah. What if I have DOMs and contractions? At the
Yeah. DOMs and contractions, not recommended.
same? Then you'd finally feel sympathy for me.
Yep.
Feel like jiggle a little more.
So this is all based on science, right?
Mini squats. No torque.
Brew, your mom's crazy. What was the song you're supposed to sing?
I'm coming out.
I want the world to know. Gonna let it show.
I'm coming out. I forgot the rest of it.
Is that coming out? Is that what the sign is?
It's going around.
I'm coming out. Woohoo! Go, girl. Go. Get out of here.
Bro, are they crazy? Yeah, they're crazy.
Okay, what else have we not done? We could do marching stuff. Oh yeah, kickboxer. We do some kickboxing.
See, one more.
You got it, boss.
Coach B. Oh, you gotta do one more because the camera wasn't rolling. One more. Let's get that baby out. Nice.
Okay, now we're gonna do wide squats. That's really good, actually. Side to side. Pop the cheek. Pop the cheek.
All right, let's see if that did
Am I in
anything.
shape yet?
Yeah. So what was that supposed to do, Boo? Break us
Supposed
down.
to get her down to the bottom so that she can come out.
Give me the profile.
She won't come out.
Look at that belly. All right, I think you're ready. So next contraction, it's gonna be 5 minutes, right? In between.
I hope it's gonna be like 4 minutes apart, just so we don't even have to think about it. I want them to be like lightning, like boot camp contractions. Like every minute. I don't care how much it hurts.
You say that now.
I know.
Yeah. Woo!
It was shortly after that that we went out to pick up some Thai food takeout.
Actually picking up some Thai food right now because I got a bunch of family at the house, gotta feed everybody, and I do not feel like cooking because contractions are every 6 to 7, sometimes 8 minutes. I'm really starting to get frustrated that they're not getting closer. I tried going in there to pick up the order, and I'm like, yeah, we got an order to Jessica, and then I was like, how did a contraction? I came out here and I was like, boo, go get it.
Yeah, and then we get back to the house and the smell of food was really off-putting to me and the contractions were just getting a lot worse. I knew things were getting serious. Then at that point, the contractions were 5 minutes apart. So, and they started being more regular and stronger. And so I was thinking, oh, this is it, you know? I really felt like, I mean, this is my first time having a baby. I didn't know how intense they're supposed to feel, but they were intense enough to make me think that this is it. So I tell Brad, I'm like, I think we need to drop the dog off at doggy daycare and get a move on. And I called the hospital and I said, my contractions are this close together. Should I come in? And they said, yeah, sure. So we go in and it's 11 o'clock at night on Sunday night. Meanwhile, her due date is the next day, Monday. And we go in and I'm like all excited, I'm smiling. And I think like I even had, you know, cute hair and makeup and all the nurses were like laughing. They're like, oh, you're gonna be like the most glamorous delivery.
Well, you're gonna see the clips of that as well.
Yeah. Having fun and smiling the whole time, and the nurses were just kind of looking at me like, this isn't what you look like when you're in labor. And my parents were getting all giddy and excited too, and it was really fun. But then they checked my dilation and it was 1 centimeter, and that was like the worst news ever. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, so me and Jessica's mom and dad were sitting out in the waiting room when they did the test. And the nurse came in and she's like, yeah, so she's 1 centimeter. And then she just was quiet. And I was like, okay.
Did you even know what that meant?
I was like, so what does that mean? She's like, well, she's not quite far enough along yet.
Yeah, so the nurses came back in and they were kind of like, you know, sorry about the bad news, but you should go back home, you know, because I did tell them my plan was to birth naturally. And they were like, you know, you should go back home because that's your best chance of having a natural, like uncomplicated outcome right now. So I was just like, oh, I was feeling so defeated. Keep in mind, we hadn't slept for 2 days. I had been in pain for 2 days with really regular frequent contractions. And I'm like, really, I'm supposed to go home and sleep through this every 5 minutes uterus contraction? It was like, I just couldn't even fathom that I would get any sleep at all. And I didn't, because we got home that night and they just got worse and stronger. And it just kept going. And so I told Brad, go to bed, you know, go in the bedroom, shut the door, like I'll just stay out here and do my thing. And that was like the night from hell. It was so bad. Like, you heard me.
Well, I mean, I'm just sitting there. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I felt helpless. I got my wife out there just in so much pain, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
What do you do as a husband when your wife is going through all that pain and you can't do anything about it? And the doctors sent us home. So it's like, and they made it seem like when they sent us home that it could be days before you actually delivered. So
they did. I
this
think
was
they
only
actually
6
thought it would
hours
be
afterwards.
Yeah.
Or 6 hours or so afterwards. So I was like, well, we're not even close yet. You got to keep going.
Yeah. I put on candlelight and I had the rest of the lights off. I had a big glass of water that I kept constantly refilling, so I was staying very hydrated. I think that helped a lot, and the reason was because I was breathing so heavily that I was getting extremely thirsty. So after every contraction, it's like that kind of breathing, like your mouth gets dry, your throat gets dry. So I was just rehydrating after every single contraction. And then, yeah, I just think that was it, like having a cave-like environment with dim candlelight and being alone and just doing the job. So anyway, around 4 a.m., I started feeling like, okay, I feel like my body's gonna push her out, like accidentally, if we don't do something. Like it felt like it was.
Didn't you say you
happening.
reached up and you could touch her head?
Yeah, but that's gross. Don't tell people that. I'm embarrassed.
We're telling them your story.
I
So
know.
that's part of the story.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that did happen. I put my own fingers up there and I was like, I feel a baby's head. And everything just felt spacious, and I was like, okay, there's space and a head coming down. But I was still feeling like nervous that I would go back there and they were going to be like 2 centimeters.
Yeah.
What if they send us home again?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, when we walked in there, like I was rolling her in on her wheelchair, and the nurses looked. It was the same staff nurses that were there.
Yeah, they were
before
still
we
there.
left. And they just looked at, like, they gave us the look like, oh, you're back.
And it's only been 6 hours.
And they gave us the impression like, you
Like,
got,
this probably
like,
isn't.
Yeah, you're still not gonna be far enough along yet.
Yeah, but at this point I could barely talk. I was like hunched over. It was a much different, like I did not look pretty anymore, right? I had like my messy bun and I was like, like just a totally different person than 6 hours before that when I was all, let's have a baby. This time I was like, help me. So I think then they came in to do another exam. The nurse was like, 9 centimeters, and I was like, hallelujah, finally,
Yeah,
because that is just the biggest relief.
I was so relieved. Like
Yeah.
if they sent us home again,
Mm-hmm.
I just would have been.
Oh,
I wouldn't
man.
know what to do. I'm like, geez, I can't imagine her being in any more pain than what she
No.
was already in.
No.
Hey,
Oh my
babe.
god. You guys, this has been the most ridiculous 3 days of my life. I can't believe it's taken this long, but we're close. We're so close. Yeah, that was already past my pain threshold. I was like at the point where I was like begging for help. And if they would have told me to go home, I would have been like, no, C-section me, because I just can't anymore. Like I was at that point where I wanted intervention, even though I really didn't. But anyway, I just think that's my tip for moms who want to deliver naturally. You have to get past your pain threshold and past the point where you think you can't survive anymore, and that's when you're actually ready. It just got so long. I think that was the main hard thing for me, is going 3 days in labor. It was not what I expected. I expected 24 hours or less.
Oh, it was short in the hospital.
That part was short, yeah. So things got real fun once we found out we were 9 centimeters. I mean, the contractions were so bad, I was like screaming. I couldn't help but scream.
Well, let me first talk about my, not finally, but I got to do the dad thing where I get to hit the road with my pregnant wife and
Drive like
swerve in and out of traffic, and I got to do that twice.
And you guys,
Because-
the sunrise was gorgeous on the second one.
I got to do that twice because
Yeah.
they sent us home the first time, and then the second time I got to do it again.
Yeah, you were looking forward to that so much.
Swerving,
and
going
then
through
it gets
LA
it
traffic, like
Yeah,
I was
so
thinking,
fun.
the cops pull me
on the
over.
405, we're like,
Yeah,
if the cops pull you over, what?
I would have been like, yo, homies, got a woman
We're
here.
in labor. Yeah. The pushing was honestly not the hardest part. It was like a relief to know that she was coming so soon. So I think we pushed about 30 minutes or so, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it does hurt, but it was nothing compared to how bad the contractions were, especially since the contractions are involuntary and the pushing is actually voluntary. So I prefer when I feel in control versus when my body's just hurting me, like, and I can't do anything about it. She came out around 9 a.m. on Monday morning, which was her due date, and we joke about her being right on time for work. 9 a.m. Monday morning, so cute.
And
She's very punctual.
I kept my head up by Jessica's head the entire time because, like I said in my Instagram post, I've been warned that dudes shouldn't go down there because we do want to have another baby.
And we want him to actually enjoy making it.
We don't want to ruin that. So I stayed up there. I was hand with hers, rubbing her head.
Was rubbing my head and just touching my shoulder and holding my hand, and it was perfect.
But I did cut the placenta.
No, not the placenta, the cord, the umbilical cord.
I did cut the umbilical cord.
And we did save our placenta. And
like I was telling people, it's for all the dudes out there, it's not a gross thing at all. Like, it looks like it's just a rubber tube that you just cut. There was really no blood.
You were surprised at how non-gross it was.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is our birth story, and wow, it was insane. And it was just, like I said, harder than I could have ever imagined it would be. But the great thing about those happy hormones that come when the baby comes out, it's like memory erasing. It's like all of a sudden you've forgotten how horrible and terrible everything was, and you just are ready to have another one, you know? And it all becomes worth it at this moment.
Yeah.
That was the hardest thing I've ever done.
What?
Oh my god.
Well,
I told him before.
Say that we knew the other one you wanted to adopt.
Yeah, well, when I was still laboring at home and we were talking about when to go to the hospital and stuff, and I was like, by the way, next child we're adopting. I was like, I can't do this again ever. And then after she comes out, I was like, let's do it again. But I don't know. We'll see what will happen with the next one. Right now, we're just enjoying a little cutie pie here, little Kyla. Want to hold her? She has this little onesie that says Daddy's Girl, which I think is exactly what she's going to be. They're going to play sports together and bond.
She's strong too. Like her neck is pretty strong already.
Yeah, she is. She's doing amazing, and she's very sleepy right now, but which is great because she actually sleeps through the night, so super awesome.
After birth, first meal. You hungry, Jess?
Starving.
This is the morning after. Was the morning after our first night together as a family. Baby's being fed over there.
You can show, I'll cover it.
Jessica, you just absolutely owned that pregnancy. You did so well, baby.
Thank you. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was incredible.
Just think how empowered you are right now.
Oh,
like I keep saying, like if you could get through that kind of pain, you can do anything in the world.
Seriously.
So I'm a little overwhelmed, I gotta admit. Got lots going through my mind, taking care of this family, but super, super excited. Just want to thank everybody for all your Snapchat messages, the Instagram messages, the Facebook messages, the Twitter messages. Still getting through everything, but just overwhelmed with all the support from people from all over the world. It's absolutely insane. So just, straight up love you guys. Thank you so much. And I do got to give a big shout out to the UCLA hospital nursing staff and the doctors. We were absolutely so impressed.
Blown away.
So impressed. We went into this, I don't know if we ever actually talked about this, but we went into this birth thinking that we wanted to do a home birth, a more natural approach to it, keeping aside the medicine, the doctors and everything else, drug-free, because we thought that was going to be pushed on us. And Jessica did do it drug-free, which so impressed.
I had 100% natural vaginal birth.
100% natural vaginal birth. And we were thinking, we've just heard horror stories that they'd be pushing C-sections on you and trying to induce you to get you in and out. It's all about business. So we tried to go the midwife route. That didn't work out for us. That didn't work out for insurance and for some other reasons. So we came here, and we are just like, it was amazing.
It was the best thing ever, yeah. Like, they didn't push anything on us, and even when I was at my breaking point asking to be induced, they were
You didn't really,
I did, remember? I was like, can't you speed it up? You're like, can't we just, is there anything we can do to dilate me? Remember when I was only 1 centimeter?
Yeah.
I was so discouraged.
But that was...
nurses were like, they were like, we don't want to do anything that's going to increase the chances of intervention, or whatever. They're like, you can do this, you just have to go home. And I was like, no, but I did. And thank God, because it worked out.
UCLA, you guys did it right.
And all of the staff members have been top notch.
Checking out at our stuff. Ride is here. There you go, babe.
Well, all this huge car seat for little peanut.
Yeah.
So little.
Fantastic.
All right, let's get her inside.
Thank you so much.
Such a big seat for a small baby.
She gonna grow pretty fast. Kyla, you're being so good.
Yeah, she really is.
Because all this isn't.
Can you slide that piece up? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're
Say what
so
up.
cute. Does that come out a little more? Oh my gosh, she looks so teeny. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay.
Baby's
You're
in.
gonna sit back here with
Yeah,
her?
I will sit back here. Yeah.
Okay.
This is
Jeez,
the
the amount
best
of tests.
thing
I
ever.
know.
We were
Look.
just saying the amount
The
of
little
people that walked in
peanut.
and out of that door in the last 24 hours.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had a lot of visits from the nurses and stuff, but grateful because they checked everything out and everything is very good.
Really good.
Very, very good. She's so tired. All she wants to do is sleep and eat breast milk. That's all she wants. That's what we're gonna do for the next couple weeks. Thanks for coming on our journey, guys. We'll see you.
Say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
Hi.
So
Who
leave
does
us-
she look more like?
Yeah.
Me or me? Me or her?
Me or me?
I still can't tell.
I don't know. I think she looks like both of us together. So leave us a comment down below if you have any questions, or, you know, we love all the congratulations messages we've been getting from you guys, and she's so happy to be here.
Thanks guys for watching. Say goodbye, Kyla.
Thank you.
Bye.
We love you guys.
Say bye, Bruni.
Oh yeah, Bruno.
Say goodbye.
He's feeling left out these days, but
goodbye.
he's still part of the fam.
He's not feeling left out.
Bye, buddy. Boy.
Muy. Muy.